Hello and welcome back to the channel, Forky VR here, and today we're here with another Breachers video. Today we're talking about some of the most critical things to know to make you an effective Breachers player and up your gameplay, so you don't frustrate your teammates or frustrate yourself. So let's dive in, and as always, if you like the content, make sure to hit that like button, share with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more. Okay, so we're going to start off with some attachments. The first thing I want to talk about is the laser attachment. This is one of the most fun attachments to use, especially in the beginning round where you only have a pistol and it really helps your aim with hip fire. But there is a massive drawback to this attachment that nobody really tells you about when you first get started. And that is that the laser can be seen by the enemy players, not just the dot, but the beam too. This means that if you're sitting in bomb A, for example, and you're waiting for somebody to come through and shining your laser out to steady your sight, they can see both the beam and the dot. From what I understand, this is the same for if you're using a cloaking device, they can still see your laser, so it kind of gives you away. So in order to turn your laser off, it's the same with every gun. You just hold it with your offhand, press the trigger on your offhand, and the laser will turn off. You can reactivate it by clicking that trigger again, so you can switch between on and off and use it as needed. So you can run out there and be stealthy, and then when you want it to steady your sight, just activate that laser again and you'll be able to steady your aim the same way. And the next thing I want to cover is that little heads-up display, little holographic thing there next to your sight when you're holding your gun or on your wrist. And one of those things it shows is how many people are alive still, including your team and the enemies. So if you take a look at your wrist or your heads-up display while holding the gun, you can see there are a bunch of colored diamonds. Those correspond to your team color, and however many diamonds are still colored is how many people are still left in the round. The next thing it shows also is your health. You can see that plus sign and the 80 next to it. That is how much health I still have left. It starts at 100 and obviously goes down from there. And a couple more obvious ones, just how many rounds you have left in your clip, as well as how much time is left in the round. And if you want to see stats, you can just press that menu button on your left controller for quest, and you can see everything there as well. Now, the next thing that's pretty important to talk about too is just that your items continue to carry over throughout the rounds. So when you enter back into that buy phase, you do not have to re-buy your new gun or say buy a different gun. You can keep exactly what you have, or you can buy additional things or switch up your guns if you want to. Now, the other thing is that you've bought a gun or anything else that you decide, oh shoot, that's not what I meant to buy. No panic, you can simply get your money back for whatever it is you purchased when you buy something else. So, for example, here, I'm going to pick up the Viper, I'm going to buy a bunch of attachments for it, and I'm going to pick up a couple of accessories as well. So I'll grab a few gadgets, and then I realize, oh shoot, I didn't actually mean to buy the Viper, I wanted the Omen instead. So all I have to do is just tap the Omen, and as you'll see, my credits there are 1125. I'm going to tap the Omen, which is a bit of a cheaper weapon, and you'll see that my credits go back up. Now moving on a bit to gadgets and a little bit about them. So gadgets work the same way where they do carry over round to round. So if you don't use one in the previous round, you still have it when you go back to that buy phase. Another thing, if you didn't realize it, is that during that buy phase, while you're waiting for, say, the breachers to come in, you can actually start placing some of those gadgets, such as trip mines by the windows and things like that. So as soon as they pop in, those mines will go off and you'll already have an edge on the enemy team. There are also a few gadgets that do have multiple usage and cooldown times. So for example, the cloaking device or the healing syringe. You can use multiple times, say you heal up a friend or you go into cloak and then it times out. All you have to do is wait for a bit of cooling time and then you can use that syringe again, heal yourself, heal a friend again, or say go back into cloaking after it's timed out. Now, the other really important thing to know about gadgets is that they're actually shared amongst the team. So you can't say buy 2 healing syringes and then someone else can buy 2 healing syringes, or you can buy 1 and everyone else can buy 1. There's only 2 of each item. So when it comes to strategy, this is super important because say somebody with the EMP wants to have a cloaking device, but 2 other people already bought cloaking devices, well, somebody's going to have to give 1 back in order for that person to get the cloaking device so that they can use it with the EMP. Main thing here, don't be greedy, talk to your teammates and figure out what each person is going to grab and use that to your advantage for the strategy. Now the next thing I want to cover real quick is friendly fire. So friendly fire in the game does exist, not just at the end of a round, but actually during the round. You can shoot and kill your teammates. Now I don't endorse this at all, definitely don't do it, because not only does it piss everybody off, but it'll actually also count towards their stats in the game. So for example, the round's over here, these are all bots, so it doesn't matter, but see Joram right there, he's died 1 time in the game. Now I'm going to chase him down and I'm going to kill him a 2nd time. And now you'll see when I pull up those stats, you can see Joram has now died 2 times. So it doesn't cancel out just because you're a teammate and you killed him, it still counts as a death in the game. Now, the last thing I want to cover real quick is using your offhand to steady the gun. Now, you can use your offhand. This only works with a pistol. When you're holding a pistol, if you grab the pistol with your offhand to get that steady aim, you can then bring your hand in real life down to your hip, and it doesn't actually matter. It'll still be holding onto the gun in game normally and won't affect your aim. This won't work though with rifles or shotguns and things like that. It'll kind of screw up your aim because your offhand actually does influence where the gun is pointing. Well, that's it for the video, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you learned something. Hope this helps you out with your gameplay, and please make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Forky VR out.